wonders, and Dreams FC doing pretty well. Welcome Inter allies. Asante Kotoko, can they bounce back against Karela? And Wa All Stars, they welcome Aduana Stars. Midiama travel to Cape Coast to play against Ibusua Dwarfs. Yeah, interesting fixtures. Gentlemen, would you want to comment on these fixtures?
The pick of the draw.
Well, it's going to be interesting. I've had the privilege of watching Liberty a few times. This year, I will be surprised. They should work hard to avoid relegation.
Oh, that bad.
These are early days yet, but the way things are going, they had victory over Ashani Gold in the 90th minute, which was a very good game, but they keep slipping, you know. Hearts of Oak have been very inconsistent. Before Kotoko, they had lost 5 games.
Yeah.
I watched Kotoko against Dreams, Adeu, and it's not a team that promises any good thing. I mean, this is one of the worst teams I've watched, one of the worst Kotoko sides.
Wow.
And I'm saying this to encourage them to lift up their game. And there's a reason they've been changing coach after coach after coach after coach. I mean, apart from the goalkeeper, I think almost all the players are too average. They can pass the ball around, but you need a playmaker. You need somebody who can finish. The entire Kotoko team, you can't place your finger and pick a particular player. You say, this is the player who can carry the team on his shoulders. There are too many average players, you know. And you see, I make this point against the background that because of their own lofty standards, their fans expect them to win match after match after match.
Right.
But if you look at all the teams, I have the privilege of watching all the teams, the standard is about the same. That is why we have the privilege of watching the standings. You realize that only 1, 2, 3 points separate the top from the bottom. And there's a reason you don't have a very consistent side winning match after match. We all thought Wafa had lost it, and then suddenly they bounced back and beat Dreams by 5 goals to 0. I watched them against Asante Kotoko at Soga Cup.
Not to cut you, but was that a shock to you?
The 5-0 was a big shock to me.
Wow.
I didn't expect them to win by 5 goals to 0. I thought Dreams at least were going to pick a point. I watched them against Kotoko. It's a very youthful side, quite energetic, a team that is passionate and committed to playing. And Wafa have been declining. At home, they are unbeatable. But even against Kotoko, I was surprised the way Kotoko matched them. And it's the first time in Kotoko's history to pick a point at Soga Kope. You know? So at least I expected them to pick a point. So the 5-0 really surprised. But if you watch the footage, some of the goals, absolutely stupendous. Hey, they had a wonderful day. So the standard of all the teams are about the same. Not a particular team dominates. Unlike the past where you had teams like Kotoko Hearts dominating. And the reason was very simple. Again, the money factor. Me, I place so much emphasis on money.
On money.
I say money plays football, not coaches. Because when you have a small budget, it affects you. And there's a reason if you go to the rest of the world. I mean, historically, only the rich teams in the world win titles. There's always an aberration. Occasionally, a Porto would come up and win the title.
Like the Leicester situation.
Yeah, Leicester situation.
And then they go back.
They start struggling. Blackburn came, won the title. They started struggling. You know, you have an aberration. Otherwise, check the statistics. It's always those with the big budgets that are constantly winning titles, playing in the semi-final. I mean, check the Champions League. It's always Barcelona, Real Madrid playing in the semi-final.
All the others.
Bayern Munich.
All the others.
And the others. So money plays a key role. And there's a reason one has to be careful how you toss over coaches. Because you're not addressing the fundamental issue. And there's a reason a team like Kotoko over the last 15 years have churned out over 25 coaches.
Goodness.
So when you churn out 25 coaches in 15 years, clearly the problem is not with the coach.
How many years Arsene Wenger at Arsenal?
Right.
I mean, look at that. Yeah, he built a stadium, won titles.
And that becomes a big issue there. I mean, like Kwabena said, you're looking at the typical